Anything interesting on TV?
Suspected of supplying terrorist organization Al Samad was captured by coalition forces earlier this week. Mohammed Omar bin Nasri.
Ah yes, Nasri.
Saudi Arabia was in possession of over
We got
$100
him.
million worth of small arms, ammunition.
Oh, we've got weapon options now. And 100 grand. Now, that's interesting. We can get tactical stealth armor, which is pretty damn good. A lot more endurance, the same level of sound dampening, more upgrade slots and inventory space. Yeah, let's go for this. It'll look pretty cool too. There's some leftover money, which we can use to possibly upgrade our pistol. The Sidewinder is pretty good. Lots of recoil stability. Don't really mind too much about the lack of damage, and 1 accuracy is worth it, honestly, looking at the rest of the upgrades. We can't quite get a 3-star pistol yet, so I think this might be worth it. Let's buy the Sidewinder. And let's sort out the equipment. There we go. Now we look like a proper secret agent. Those both reduce sound dampening, so no thanks. Well, damage reduction would be nice. Well, let's better go for that one, which reduces cooldowns. And save those. We can possibly buy some other upgrades, actually. First, let's take a look at upgrades, which might be worth it. Expensive, but good. That one is more ammunition, but less stability, no thanks. That one's the other way around. Which could be worth it. There's a magazine slot. That's not too expensive. Let's get that. And accessory slot. I prefer not to have recoil. The rest is just accessory slot, I guess, so... oh, barrel slot. Oh no, that's replacing the silencer. Not going for that one. It's too expensive. We need to save some money to be able to buy intel and stuff, especially if we want to get some sort of armor thing. So, let's go with the increased accuracy thing. And let's see about armor. Added stuff. We can add one of these. What do we have? Bonus to lockpicking and electronics and stuff is nice. Short time delay for spotted by camera. That one's a bit too expensive, digital camouflage. I might go for that bonus then. Alright. Sort of equipment. Printed circuitry. Meanwhile, we get magazine featherweight crisp. Oh man, that's not a lot of ammunition now. 6. Well, hopefully we shouldn't be in a lot of wild firefights anyway. If we unequip that, we get back to 10. Now, if it's an issue, we'll have to change it. Now, we did get some email, I think. Ah, yeah. Mina's the one that got us in touch with the clearinghouse guy. Good. Oh yeah, this is the end. The Halbeck data I forwarded to myself. So they're lying about why the collapse in the tunnel happened. This seems like something that could be pretty handy to send to Scarlet. Alright, the alternative would be send it to Halbeck for money, or to send it to the black market for money. I think it's better to send it to Scarlet. This is from the CA listing post. And they're talking about who actually got the hit for the missile. This is... oh yeah. Information on Leyland. And Mina's God, we went in and out there without any loss of life. Yeah.
Natural History opened up its Crusades exhibit earlier last week, prompting claims of religious intolerance by protesters who have crowded the downtown area and even...
Let's see about Jibril Al-Bara then. Whoever he is.
the scene under control.
Possibly a member of the Al-Samad.
You in place?
Yep. Got a good view of the estate where this meeting is supposed to take place. What now?
Al-Bara's our target. He's supposed to be here tonight.
Well, glad I brought this rifle. But what's the deal with the scope?
It can transmit images to me in real time. Aim at someone, and I'll run their picture through the database. See if we get a match. The longer you focus on a target, the quicker I can make an ID. The ID is all I need.
And if the target's a scumbag, I take him out?
That's your call. If you decide to shoot, just make sure you don't do it if the target's inside of a camera or another person. We don't know who Al-Bara's meeting, so taking anyone else out may have repercussions, depending on who their friends are.
Oh, so that scans.
Roman artist. Made a name for himself last year with a controversial exhibit in Paris. Some local juvenile offenses, but otherwise he's clean. Not our target.
Let's check this guy then. I would not expect Al-Bara to be here this early out, but...
Owns a sports car dealership in Naples. Does a lot of international business, but no criminal record. Not our guy.
Who else?
A nobody.
Looks like the guards are clear. Moving up to the next position. In position.
All right, let's begin. Security guard. He's clean.
Hello.
Well, she's a little underdressed.
Definitely a cold night from the looks of it.
All right, Mike. Spanish celebrity talk show host. He's a known meth user, but nothing related to financing terrorists or arms smuggling.
Let's go back to look at this one. Michelle Costa. Oh, sorry. Got distracted there for a bit. Let's get down to business. Ah, trees blocking the way. Check this guy out then.
Private security. Ex-special forces. Not our man. But definitely a professional. He planned and led the assault that took back the hijacked British jet last year.
I remember reading about that. Should I get an autograph for him?
No, I work for the infamous Mike Thorton. Compared to you, he's small time.
Alright, let's see who this guy was.
Dutch flower baron. He's suspected of dipping into the drug trade. But that's all I've got. Nothing really incriminating.
I'm in position overlooking the chateau. A lot of guests tonight.
I see. Might be very...
Careful, I know. I don't want a mob after me before we have a target.
He's a curator for one of the museums in town. His latest exhibit on the Crusades has drawn some fire, but otherwise he's clean.
I heard about that on the news. Where did he go? Up here somewhere? I'll find him when he shows back next. Where is... Ah, yes.
He's a cop in Rome. of these guys.
I swear there was another guy around here somewhere. Probably a bodyguard too.
An American novelist. He's got a bestseller right now on corporate involvement in the Middle East.
Is it any good?
I'm waiting for the movie. Anyway, nothing on him.
Now, where was that guy we missed earlier? It's not him. There he is.
Immigrated to France from the West Bank about 10 years ago and serves on the board of directors for the Christian Islamic Confederation. He's practically a saint. Keep looking.
I think... Oh, someone there? No.
That's Albara. That's him.
Take him out.
Hold on. A lot of State Department and Interpol records. State Department says he's dirty. Interpol says his finances are legitimate, though. And
Mina, do I take him out?
none of these State Department records are sourced. I can't tell where they
I
came from.
can't get a shot.
Best I can tell, their intel was added to his sheet a few months before you left for Saudi Arabia.
He's a member of Al Samad, right?
I don't know. I'd say yes. But I might be wrong. You can take him out or we can abort. It's up to you.
I can't shoot him unless I know he's evil. He's... I have to abort.
I'm aborting the mission.
All right, Mike.
I don't know if that was a waste of time or what. We found out a lot of information, but I did come there to identify him and intercept him. I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. But we identified them all without being spotted. We waited for the background check and, yeah.
What's that beeping noise?
Yeah. An important email. Scarlett says thank you for the story, which is always good. And she's protecting me as a source, which is nice. I'll be nice about that. And keep it straight. Thank you, Scarlett. $1,000. Not a lot, but it's something. Someone's been searching a lot for Mike Thornton and Michael Thornton in this area. Through the Milan office. It might be Madison St. James. That woman earlier. Okay. A mail from Jibril Al-Bara. Interesting. Meet me at the Cafe Trionfo. I'll send this to Mina, I think. See if you can trace the email. Okay. Let's talk to him. Oh, intel. Always good. Information on Marburg. Could be useful. Let's go.
No sign of Albara yet.
Maybe he stood you up.
I've never been stood up in my life.
Someone has a high opinion of themselves.
I'm just stating the facts. Sorry, that's...
Switch off your transmitter. If you reach for your gun, one of my men will put a bullet in your skull.
Transmitter's off. I don't plan on reaching for my gun unless you make it necessary.
Once I have the information I need, I plan to leave. You will not be harmed. Perhaps you thought you could enter Rome under the radar. You almost did. But you broadcast your location. Eventually.
I had to. You were my last lead. I'm here to find out what Halbeck is doing in Rome and their ties to Al-Samad.
And what led you to believe that Halbeck has any interests in Rome or Al-Samad?
Are you denying that either one is true?
I do not believe you would have come here without
This guy's
evidence.
smart. Very
what
smart.
makes you think that?
You aren't here in an official capacity. You are operating under Alpha Protocol.
Very
Interesting.
smart.
Considering the program's secret, I would have expected you to say traitor, unless you have insider knowledge.
If you think you're the first to be abandoned by your government, you would be wrong. You are Michael Thorton. Many of the files of your former ops are buried. A field agent.
I'm a spy, actually, but you can't expect me to put that in my file. I'm guessing you're here to confirm the file you have on me. Anything else you need to check?
Reports place you as someone loyal to your country and who believes in carrying their missions through.
Is that so odd?
In today's day and age, yes. But not to me.
So you know a great deal about me, and I know who you are. You're Leyland's right-hand man, his lackey, toady, henchman. And you wear those gloves to keep the blood off your hands. I've read your dossier. You've lived a full life. Kuwait, South Africa, that oil refinery explosion in Moscow. It's like a concert tour with you.
Yes. You, on the other hand, have managed to enter Rome quietly. I didn't know you were here until an hour ago. You're skilled at keeping a low profile.
It's what
No
I do.
murders, no public announcement. Very impressive.
What happened to Albara?
Dead, of course. Once you'd ID'd him, well, his use to me was at an end. In less than a day's time, you have already managed to cause me considerable inconvenience. Now, tell me what you're doing here.
I was tracking down a lead, and it looks like I've found it.
I see. So you thought all you had to do was wait and we would speak. Interesting.
What I don't understand, though, is why we're talking at all. Unless keeping me alive is important for some reason.
I have orders, and I am a cautious person.
So am I. And I think we have room to negotiate.
No, I am not authorized to make deals. Besides, I believe you have nowhere to go for help. In that situation, it is a rare man who goes to his enemy's door. So, yes, this is a social call. A warning. You have proven yourself capable, but pursuing this course of action will not serve you any longer. Go underground, hide, but stay out of our way.
Or else what?
Or people you care about will start to die. We know you've been in contact with one of your fellow agents. That contact will die if you persist, and then we will kill you.
Those are your terms. Allow you to carry out your mission, and I stay out of the way.
Yes.
You realize I would be betraying my country.
Yes, and that does not change my terms. I understand your feelings, and I encourage you to set them aside.
So we're done here. I leave Rome, leave you to your plan, and that's it.
Yes. What you do next is up to you, but there are only two immediate choices. Leave, you live. Stay, you
Oh
die.
no, there are other
You
options.
don't seem like the corporate stooge type. In fact, you seem like someone who doesn't take orders at all, especially from someone like Leyland.
Are you questioning my loyalty?
I am, but not in the way you think. I've read your dossier. From where I'm standing, it doesn't seem like Halbeck's any better than the governments that you've served with. In fact, they're like a government unto themselves, and if you think for a second that they give a rat's ass about their employees, then you're twice the fool. Do you seriously think they wouldn't leave you out to dry if they had to?
Your attention to detail and history borders on obsessive. You may live through this after all. Leave Rome. If we see each other again, it will be the last time.
Marburg. Now that's an interesting enemy. I think he is someone just like me, or he used to be. And it is interesting to see what can happen. Clearly he respects people who keep it on a common professional level. I can guarantee I'll run into him again.
I confess, you slipped into Rome almost without us noticing. You were even more difficult to track after that.
Between Halbeck and local authorities, the locals were the tough ones.
No matter. Mr. Marburg found you. That must have been a surprise, meeting up for lunch like that.
When we talked, he had a lot to say about Halbeck and some suggestions about my involvement with your corporation.
Really? I can rarely get 3 words from the man.
Well, feel free to have him threaten you whenever you get tired of listening to yourself.
I'd be curious to hear more, and your first impression of Mr. Marburg. What did you discuss?
We discussed business. Turns out both of us have experience with abuse of authority.
He described you as a man of your word. Patriotic, I believe, also came into the conversation. But Mr. Marburg was not always the best judge of character. Nor does he instill much loyalty in employees. Speaking of which, this woman entered the picture not long after your meeting with Marburg. She was in our office in Rome. Madison, I believe.
Yes.
I always wondered, did you ever regret getting her into this?
It wasn't my choice.
Oh, Mike. In the end, it was.
Mike, we may have a problem. The VCI employee I mentioned before, Madison, I think she's going to act.
What do you mean, now?
She's calling the operator and asking for you by name.
She can't be working for Marburg. Unless this is a trap. Who is she calling?
The city directory. And maybe the police next. If she does...
Can you intercept the call? Redirect it?
What? Why?
I want to know why she's looking for me.
Okay, let me patch her through. Operator?
Miss St. James?
Hello? Yes, is this the operator?
No, Miss St. James. This is Michael Thorton.
Oh, thank God. Mr. Thornton, please, you have to listen to me.
I don't believe we've met before. How do you know my name and why are you calling?
I have reason to believe your life is in danger. I know it sounds crazy, but...
You don't say.
I don't want to discuss the details over the phone. This line may be tapped. She is a sharp one. But it's important I speak to you immediately. Is there someplace we can meet?
Of course. I'll send you the address of a local restaurant.
All right. I still have to hail a cab.
I'll have one sent to your cross streets.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you soon, Miss St. James.
Level up. Lots of AP. Let's put some points into... 2 points in the martial and also 1 in stealth. Gives us Fury, which is pretty handy. And then Silent Running Advanced. Good. Now, Madison St. James.